everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Explore the Spectrum. I'm your host, Jeanetta Bryant, and today we are joined with Eric, founder of Autism Fitness. How are you doing, Eric?
I am doing great. Thanks, Jeanetta.
I'm glad that you're here with us. Thank you for sharing a little bit of time and a little bit of your story. You have founded a company called Autism Fitness, obviously hoping and helping our population of kids be their best in a whole different dynamic. And it's not very often that we get to work with people that have their primary focus in autism and fitness combined. How did you get into this industry?
So I started a little over 22 years ago. I was recruited into a program working with teenagers on the autism spectrum in a fitness capacity. I, at the time, was a personal trainer working with general population, and I was in a behavior science graduate program. So they had recruited me based on the fact that I had some formal education in behavior analysis and then my training background as well. So I had this interdisciplinary bridge between those two worlds. Started working in this program, expanded it to working with other individuals, and then eventually created a methodology and a certification around it.
That's incredible. Now you're talking about a certification around it. You're helping others be able to work with this population, or are you helping people with different needs be able to certify? Clarify that a little for me.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have professionals and parents and family members around the world who go through the Autism Fitness certification, and they get the concepts, the strategies, and all the practical working knowledge to implement effective and meaningful fitness programs for individuals of any age or ability level. I think a lot of the time when we talk about programming, especially physical activity, the focus is on children or younger individuals, but the reality is that fitness is a life skill and it's necessary for optimal development and independence and quality of life at any stage or age. So just an hour ago, I got finished working with my 65-year-old athlete. A couple minutes ago, I got done working with my 22-year-old athlete, and the rest of the day we'll see a variety of ages and ability levels.
That's incredible. So your scope of helping people bridges far beyond North Carolina. You're able to help people from a vast majority of places, and then for them to be able to implement that with their loved ones wherever they may be. You're dead on with the whole mindset, which you don't need me to tell you this, but being physically fit is important for our mental well-being as well. And being able to achieve things and being able to do things. What are some of your greatest success stories that you've seen unfold by working with people in fitness?
So I had one athlete whom I started out with. He was 12 years old, and our first couple sessions were, there were challenging behaviors. And when I say challenging behaviors, the goal is to build a reciprocal relationship with any individual, regardless of if it's fitness or if it's speech, if it's education. And so initially there was a very high level of anxiety, very high level of pushback, aggressive behavior, escape, all of the things that we would typically say, okay, this may not work for them. And fast forward to 6 months later, and he's guiding himself through his own training program. And that didn't happen in a vacuum. It happened because we take proven concepts and strategies and implement them from a general perspective for that individual as well. So it becomes a very individual-centered program. I would say that was a tremendous success, because to see him not just thrive in the gym situation, but see him own it. We talk about two big things in Autism Fitness program. We talk about resilience and we talk about ownership. And when you have resilience to do things that are challenging, and then ownership of your own physical fitness, as you mentioned earlier, that becomes a hugely empowering part of someone's life.
Indeed, it does. So, two-part question here for you real quick. If you could give a tip to anybody listening, so that's professionals or parents that are out there listening right now, you could give them one tip on something they could start on today, something that they should think about or pursue, that as well as the best way for them to contact you should they want additional tips.
Absolutely. Meet everyone where they're at, not where we want them to be or where we think they should be, but where are they right now? In autism fitness programming, we have a methodology called the PAC profile. So it's physical, adaptive, and cognitive. We're looking at what can they do with this exercise right now? What is their level of motivation and engagement? And then from a cognitive perspective, how best can we coach them? So it's always about understanding the individual's current level of abilities and working from there. And you can learn much, much more about Autism Fitness at autismfitness.com. You can find the Autism Fitness on Instagram and on YouTube as well. I put out weekly videos on the concepts, strategies, exercises, and programming.
That's incredible. I'm glad that you mentioned that, and I'm glad that I asked, because I know there's a number of families that I'm going to be passing your information along to, especially if they can follow you so easily. Thank you so much for your time today and sharing a little bit of your story. And thank you to all of our viewers as we continue to explore the possibilities.